Hi there, Teacher Jane back. Welcome to my gentle look at an E3 practice assignment on pets, part 5. All you need is a pen, and some paper. I'd like it if you could email it to me, take a photo of it, email it to me, and send it to my address up above. I really appreciate the work that some of you are doing. No, it's beautiful, and it's putting the foundations. What are foundations? They're the bottom. See, building a house, you make sure it has strong foundations. That way your house doesn't crumble. That way, if there's an earthquake, it doesn't fall apart. Often what happens with maths is people get up to a certain level. They concentrate on their English, but they forget to concentrate on their maths. So the English might be higher. Make sure that doesn't happen with you. So, I'm going to show you the questions. I'm going to suppress the button. When I do, pause the video, have a go, and then I'll go through them at the end with you. Good luck. So, pause the video. Gosh, look at all those eggs. Okay, right, nice shapes, centimetres, love centimetres. These brackets contain information you may or may not wish to read. These are not drawn to scale. That means they are not accurate. They are rough. A friend of mine organised having an extension built on her house. Extend means to make something bigger. When she looked at the plans, it did say not to scale. She looked at it. She's not a maths teacher. Should have come to Jane. And she thought, oh, that would be great. Looks fabulous. But they had this magic words at the bottom. Not to scale. The builders came. Her extension was more like that. She was terribly upset. But it was too late. So, scale was important. The shop assistant puts the tray in a padded envelope. What does padded mean? Up on the right-hand side, I've got a fabulous gentleman wearing a good old-fashioned outfit. When I used to be out on the road a lot, I used to dress like that, in padding. It keeps things safe, kept me safe from the cold. Above my head, boom, 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 I have a padded envelope. Tick all the envelopes she could use. So what I need you to do is tick them. Oh, done one earlier, 35 centimetres. Just going to talk you through them. Fit that way, that's a tick. 60, 40. Yep, my tray's smaller, so it will go in there. 40 would fit that way. Nope, not going to fit that way. 35. Yep. 30. Nope. 15 and 25. So 2 of them you should have ticked. A little read through this. Chickens lay eggs, which are sold to help finance. Other words for finance: support, invest. If I finance something, I'm giving money that helps make it happen. I've got some other synonyms above my head. This is a sign advertising the eggs. So they're trying to get some business. How would you describe the shape of that sign? I would say it was star-shaped. How many points does it have? It has 12 points. So I could say it was a 12-pointed star-shaped thing. Okay. Fresh eggs. What does fresh mean? Could mean a day old, could mean a couple of days old. I hope she's a honest person and they're pretty fresh. Fresh eggs, only 90p. Warning, I don't like my money in pennies. Second I see that, even if it doesn't even come up, I put £1 equals 100 pennies. That way, and I've seen this at least 1,000 times, people, they suddenly go from this to this. How did that happen? The examiner thinks to themselves, did they actually work that out? Or did they have a little look at somebody else's lucky guess? If you got this, it clearly shows this is not a lucky guess. Your maths is based on factual knowledge. Things that we automatically do. If you do not do this, you will lose a point. You could say, how did I go from that to that? Okay. When you go from pounds to pennies, you multiply by 100. When you go from pennies to pounds, what's the opposite of multiply? Divide by 100. So if I wanted to go from 90p divide by 100, that would give me 0.90 on the calculator. Of course, I'm going to add my beautiful pound. 90p, half a dozen. What's a dozen, you're asking me? Let's go to the next slide. That helps me out with that one a little bit. So if you look at the picture above my head, that shows what they call a baker's dozen. Baker's dozen fits neatly on a tray and goes in an oven. How many rows do you have with your baker's dozen? 3. How many columns are there? 4. 3 lots of 4 equals 12. Fabulous. Just do that. Lovely. Oh, no, I've got the light on it. 3 times 4. So it says, how many is half a dozen? So a whole dozen is 12. Odd or even number? 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Even. So how many is half a dozen? So I want to get my 12. Let's do it the other way around. No, I'm using the thing. So I want to do half of. Clean half of 12. Love fractions, they're so simple. Whatever I've got with half is in 2 pieces. The first, and I've got one of them. I always think of it like this. That is my whole. And this time my whole is 12. What I want to do is chop that 12 into 2 pieces. So, on the calculator, I think I'm going to do my little space up here. And I'll write bigger this time. I'm going to do 12. What button on the calculator splits things? Divide by 2 equals 6. 6 is your answer. Some people, they like to be in the habit, divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. What happens if you multiply 6 by 1? Same thing. People all have different ways of working out fractions. If yours works, if you got 6, stick to it. No need to change. So she says, over a year, I buy 424 eggs. 424 eggs. Huevos. What's this called? Units. What's this called? Tens. What's this called? Hundreds. round this number to the nearest 100. Okay, nearest 100. So this is the one I want to look at. Yeah? So it's 4 and 2. What's the number where you have to decide going up or down? 5. 2 means it's 400 and a bit. My options here are 400 or 500. I'm going to go for 400 because it hasn't hit the 5. So the correct answer to that is 400. Next question. Over a year I give quarter of the 424 eggs to my friend. How many eggs do I give them? So I want to find quarter of 424. So I'm going to get my 424. I'm going to split it into 4 bits. So calculator, or do it in your head. 424 divided by 4 is 100. 106. So each part, my fraction, is 106. And you have one of them. So how many eggs did you give her? 106. Remember, divide by the bottom, times by the top, unless it's a 1. Common question I get asked, Miss Jane, are fractions always the same? Yes. An eighth, if you divide this into eighths, it would always be the same. If you divide something into quarters, every piece would be exactly the same. It could be the same weight, it could be the same weight, the same size, the same piece of pizza. Well, this is a duplicate of the previous question, but look at all those fabulous eggs. The biggest would be the ostrich. Wonder how long that would take to boil. Next question. When I crack some eggs, I find that 3/6 have double yolks. What does double mean? Double means 2. I've done some beautiful words up here. And I've got a lovely ice creams. Oh, I know which one I'd want. Not the single. Not the double. I'm going for the triple. Triple means 3. Oh, look there. They've thrown a double 6. And then just add a bit. That's a double egg yolk. They do happen. I have received them. Next slide, I want you to pause the video, and underneath each of my pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want you to write how you would write that as a fraction. So the bottom number tells me how many of something it's been chucked into. And it could be money, it could be pizza, it could be students. Half of you go over there. A quarter of you stand in the left corner. So 4, yes, there's 4 parts, and I have 2 of them shaded in, coloured in. The second one, 2 at the bottom, yep, 1 at the top. The next one, 10, and then 5 at the top. The last one, what would you write for that? What has it been chopped into? 8, 4 over 8. But they all look the same. They all look like half to me. What you do is you look for a number that fits into the top and the bottom. I'm going to continue on with this on the next video. See you there.